expect to see the jungle be possibly the Delphox or the CERULEDGE. Actually, you might want to get that Evo straight away. I would like that decision. It's an X attack on the CERULEDGE as well, man.
That means it's probably going to be a Bitterblade X attack, just trying to like explode play style. I know people at Worlds were playing it, so I do see it started picking up some like popularity because of that, right?
Yeah,
but you were right. It's a CERULEDGE.
I like that. Get that evolved as soon as possible. It's not actually a bad of a rotation. It's definitely not as slow as a Kung Fu anyway. So that'll at least come into lane realistically around 9:05, 9:10, and we're going to see the Zorak doing the same in their jungle here. In the meantime, though, Lucario is having a bit of a tasty fight in the top lane alongside the Gossifer being with them. Are they going to get this stack in? They're trying to, but the damage that comes in from Torchic might be a bit too much.
Yeah. We all know that Torchic is still scary. Does it lose early game to Lucario? Absolutely, but not that hard. Let's calm it down there, Lucario.
It's still a job to get a stack against it, right? Storm may go down here. Nice side beam coming in from the Espeon. Locks down that KO. We're going to get a nice score coming in on the Phantom. 10 also on the Espeon. The issue with a Delphox or, you know, the Fennekin onwards is that it isn't that great in lane chat. It is tough to get secures. It can't really put any pressure on. Delphox is pretty much a bit of dead weight until it gets to be Delphox.
Talking about dead weight, there's currently a Zora Comfy running into top lane, making sure the enemy team feels like dead weight. It didn't go very well, as CERULEDGE and Lucario are pretty tanky.
I like that. They don't show any fear to the Zorak coming in with the Comfy. It looks like they were going to push into the jungle, but instead they're going to come assist the bottom lane. They know it is just this Delphox down here. Easy stacks that they can get in with that man.
Absolutely. Getting the free stacks there on Zorak is terrifying. But while we're talking about stacks, there's still Lucario, who's a bit of a threat, don't you think so?
Yeah, the Lucario is just doing whatever they want in the top lane, and that is always a risky thing to allow to happen with all-rounders. I mean, the Combustion's also up here, but they've got quite a lot of stacks. They're feeling pretty good at level 6. If they can get out-leveled compared to the Blaziken, they're going to have a pretty good game.
However, all the mid-birds did go to the orange team, and Osu still has his entire jungle.
Here comes the CERULEDGE though. They've got level 7. They're going to go for the Phantom Force. Is it going to be Bitterblade or is it going to be the Psycho Cut? I think it was. I think I did see the Psycho Cut. Yeah, it was Psycho Cut. Which I do prefer, to be honest. So I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That Q Charm. Oh my god, never mind. I take it back. Q Charm is fine.
Chat, honestly, Psybeam is a ridiculously underrated move. The fact that it does so much damage in a team fight because it just bounces between people is massive. And it also does more damage like the more health that you've got. So they're going to go in. They're going to get 10 overcap in that T1. 90 points on the board for Plush Keepers right now with the Registeel spawned ready to get ripped.
Yeah, that's on the setup is completely ready for this rip, and it wants this Registeel down. And while that's all happening, the Lucario is still completely free in top lane, winning the lane completely, levels ahead, and he's just bullying this Combustion.
Now they need to get out of there though, because that has gone down. Oh my god, CERULEDGE pops the Unite move, but they don't get anyone, chat. They didn't make it long enough to be able to pick up the Trevenant, but luckily the team is there to at least catch the rest of them with it.
Here's Zoro. Getting a bit too confident there. I would say that might not have been decision.
Yeah, they were feeling pretty damn confident there, and now we're just out of nowhere, 149 points on the board for MeM Ragnarok. That's what we like to see.
Blaziken is online though. Jungle. Great to see. Lucario getting picked up maybe? Great play. Absolutely amazing play by Lucario.
And then using the birds to protect themselves from the stored power. That was a fantastic play by Lucario. Really, really good. It meant that they got that KO and got out of there. We're going to get a rip on this Lecky in the meantime. Osu really wants to concentrate on Evil Chicken. They pop their Unite move. What a way to get the engage. But the Fire Spin, Mano, it stops the being able to get off the combo.
Fire Spin.
That is huge.
And again, we've all played against it. That Fire Spin, it's just so scary.
The thing is, like, it's a ridiculously low cooldown already. It does crazy amount of CC, and when you're in it, like, you just can't do anything, and it proves like goodbye to combos, right? Like the Zorak can't get off a combo when it has a fire spin on it.
No, and add that on top of the Q-Charm, you basically just become the Zorak that can never really actually hit your combo because you're too busy trying to dodge to actually hit any sort of feint attacks.
Yeah, I mean, Trevenant here with the Comfy on it. They've got the magical leaf so they can do the nice stuns, but look at all this damage that comes in. Lucario really wanted to pick them up there. Fanciful Fireworks comes out. That is the perfect Unite move to be using during this team fight. Everybody is going down. Zorak gets out, disguised as the Cerulege, but wow, what a fight coming in there from MeM Ragnarok.
I get what he disguised as the Cerulege, because that guy just completely turned that fight. I would also want to beat that guy.
100%, mate. This is it though, like, nobody lets the Cerulege through because of how strong it can really be. I expect Plush Keepers to ban it after this.
It's very strong, and also the main things that counter it are good CC, but when one team is running the Wigglytuff, you're too busy being CC'd yourself.
Yeah, it's so difficult to handle, isn't it? Marty managing to get out of the way of Lucario. They've got the stored power to give them that kind of ability. We see the Unite move coming back out from Ozu. Are they going to be able to pick up the Lucario? I'm not quite sure. They tried to. The Unite move didn't manage to hit them though, Mano, and they managed to get themselves out of there.
I gotta tell you this, that evil chicken is very evil indeed. Keeps getting away with murder, I tell you.
I mean, what they are getting away with though is a nice lock-in from Delphox there. Fanciful Fireworks picking up 2 of them with the Mystical Fire as well, working an absolute treat for them.
An upside though is that was a back cap for Zorak, probably a stack, and it did take some farm into the jungle, which means they are still on par with the enemies.
Wigglytuff there to try and stop them from being able to score even more points. Ozu's gonna have to back out of it. You've got a Sing and the Slow Smoke in your face. They're gonna run. Are they gonna pick up the
Ding in?
Probably are, yeah. An evil chicken in the meantime, just looking for anyone to get a KO on.
Yeah, this is that classic, it's late game, I gotta get my stacks panic that we're currently seeing. But it might get him killed. Never mind.
Oh, they know he's in the bush. They know he's there. He's breaking ankles though. The dashes you get on Zorak.
He's not giving up. He's not giving up. Ooh, that was a misplay.
They had to 230 Unite move. I mean, I accept the death there, right? You accept the KO.
Yeah.
There. Like, it's happening. It's coming. Like, accept it. You're going to be back for the Rayquaza fight. Like, you'll have your Unite move. That's a risky play. They're not going to have their Unite move for Rayquaza now, and that is a really important one for team fights.
Absolutely. And talking about important, we currently have a Regirock buff on top of a Lucario, CERULEDGE, and Wigglytuff. And if you know one thing about Regirock buff, it makes them tankier. And I don't think you want to see those two be tankier, especially not that Wigglytuff.
That you really do not. At least they've got the rest of their Unite moves, but here we go. We've got the Engage going in. There's the Wigglytuff. They're going to do a lot of damage. Goodbye, Blaziken. And the Trevenant's getting out on the littlest bit of health, but they don't care. They're going to lock down the Espeon. It is just a Zorak that they really need to be concerned about now. We've got the CC coming in, but the two pretty much tanks are just going to fight each other. They have started the rip. Jerax is there pretty weak on the Delphox. A really good target for the Zorak, but Lucario doesn't want to let them in. Oh my god, Mano. Goodbye, Team Plush Keepers.
An absolute insane fire spin by Jerry's there. It was beautiful. Ready for that Zorak. Perfectly called it. And just done. That was it.
I mean, I like what happened there. And, you know, a good effort by Blaziken to try and get in and steal that. But that was a fantastic team fight from MeM Ragnarok. They really worked that well. They had their Unite moves. They utilized them at the perfect time. The amount of CC that they had was incredible. And, yeah, I love the fact that they got the Trevenant really low, but they weren't bothered about getting the KO on that one there, Mano. They were more concerned about taking out the secure and the damage on the side of Plush Keepers. And that is the thing that really wins them that Rayquaza fight.
It was a great call. I think the Trevenant and just in general Plush Keepers Academy felt like in that raid fight they tried to force the fight a bit too early, because I think that they have to remember we have a Comfy and we have a Zorak. We cannot be the ones to take the first engage. And if we do, we need a flank.
Yeah.
But they didn't, then they forced it, and the Wiggly just was full health. It just pressed Unite, completely blocked every Blaziken damage, and then the Blaziken just dies because, well, it's stuck inside of a Wiggly top.
And then they just spent the rest of the game just trying to chase down the CERULEDGE to get the KOs onto them, chat. That is, I mean, what a fight by MeM Ragnarok. It's the first time we've seen them on stream, and they're really putting a stamp on how well they can play.
Yeah, that was a great game by Ragnarok. It was just masterful playing, good macro, good micro. I mean, what else can you ask for a team?
Yeah, fantastic. Like taking the first game, okay, we had a bit of a misunderstanding with the whole slow rope hit, but everybody's decided we'll get over it, we'll move on, we'll see what can happen, and they managed to let the CERULEDGE come through to MeM Ragnarok. I do not expect that Mon to be allowed into the rest of this set.
Nope.
If they can't really get onto the Chandelier and drop enough damage to get it straight away, and it is very squishy, by the way, chat, it is pretty much a glass cannon.
Yeah.
But you need to be able to get through onto it, and look at the front line on that team. Trevenant and a Mamo, good luck with that one.
Yeah, and then it's like, you think you can finally get through the tanks, then you have to remember, they also have Blissey.
Which
you know,
is very tanky.
You can't really ever get through. There's just no end.
No end to the tank that is on that side. We do see the Sobble going to the jungle straight away. They want to get that Inteleon ready and rolling as soon as possible. Talonflame in the jungle on the side of MeM Ragnarok. Very strong lane presence that can have once it comes out of the jungle, right? It's got the Evo, it'll have like the Flame Charge or the Aerial Ace, as well as still having acrobatics. So much damage.
It's done a very fast burst damage you kind of don't expect, and then suddenly you're like half health. Oh, whoa.
Exactly. And it's really good for being able to speed around as well, because you can choose your direction to disengage out of acrobatics, chat, and it's really, really strong. We see it coming into the lane here. Buzzwole is at level 4 though. They've nearly got the level 5, which is what they want. If they do get that superpower, they are going to start to snowball this lane.
Very much so. Both sides deciding to gank the top to the side, which makes sense because both sides have a stacking top laner, making it very easy to gank them. And talking about stacking top laner, here comes the Buzzwole.
There we go. Goodbye, Chansey. Buzzwole throwing them straight into the path of the Inteleon just to hit that wall onto them. They're not finished, mate. This Leafeon's not going to be doing anything there. Stacks galore for Plush Keepers in that top lane.
It's terrifying to see. This is a very stacked up Buzzwole, and they are playing a lot of melee mons. That's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Very rough if Shandy doesn't get the job done.
Look at this invade into the jungle though. They are really not letting this Talonflame do anything in this game, and that is a difficult mon to have locked out of the game from the get-go.
If you look down, you see that the Shandy isn't having the most fun playing into the beam. So we do have that, Tano.
It's like MeM Ragnarok are really struggling in this early game, chat, and it's working really well for Plush Keepers. They need to get into this game as soon as possible. Storm is currently still on the swing up, and that is not a position to be in under the 8-minute mark. You really do want to see Pillar Swine. They're going to be able to get the Evo era here at least. 740 though, I don't know, it is becoming a bit of a difficult one. They do pick up MeM. We finally have Talonflame on the board, Mano. They're going to get some points in down here. This is what we want to see.
He's going to go for stacks, I imagine. Knowing what you want to be like, you know? Yep, there it is.
There's the fly. I like it. Fly flame charge, huge.
Running out. Sure you're safe. Talking about, you know, some flames. This Trevenant has been burning very hard. It is definitely not a tree that's currently growing. It is yet to even hit Trevenant.
Oh, wow. Phantom, evil chicken. That is a really tough situation.
There we go.
We get the double Evo. They really needed that to MeM Ragnarok at that point.
Yep. It's a level 4 Blissey currently, which means the eggs are not very valuable because you don't have a lot of them until you have the second move.
Ooh, I mean, Eldegoss trying to, you know, being able to get away with the smallest bit of health there, chat. But look at this. Look at the resources that MeM Ragnarok are having to use just to try and secure this Regice. In the meantime, Buzzwole is just having a field day. Yeah, I mean, huge, mate. I think they're going to be able to at least secure the MeM if they want to. But oh my god, Mew is there to clean up. Goodbye, Blissey. It's just the Chandelier now.
Yeah, Mew and Inteleon, those two are scary. They do so much damage at range, and you have to get on top of them. But Mew has CC.
I mean, have a look at this Buzzwole, buddy. Level 10, because they can do whatever they want in that top lane. The Regieleki has been secured by them. They don't have Springboard up yet. Do MeM Ragnarok. It's 6 minutes. They've got a full minute to wait. Regieleki does a huge amount of damage. Evil Chicken is probably the one mon you want defending the goal, but when Buzzwole throws you off it, what can you do?
Yeah, I completely forgot about the Buzzwole because he just wasn't there in the fight, and you thought like everyone was there, but then you remember it was a 4v5, and they had such a great push still on both sides.
Huge Blissey Unite to save the Chandelier there. They get a stack in on the Buzzwole, but they are going to eventually go down. Nice bit of XP for them to pick up for MeM Ragnarok. But yeah, I mean, that Blissey Unite has just saved that Chandelier from the KO.
It does also mean there's no Blissey Unite and no Shandy Unite, which is basically half of their like game plan when it comes to fights.
Yeah, they're going to need to stay away from a team fight, but it seems like they do want to engage in one in this top lane at least. You've got the MeM and the Inteleon here, so with the three of them here, I think they can probably do enough, except MeM says, no, you cannot, Talonflame. Get your butt away from that Inteleon. Inteleon is literally living on the smallest bit of HP. The fly's going to be too much for them, though.
It was very rough. I was watching that. Inteleon missed the wall, meaning the Fell Stinger didn't go away. It was very unlucky. I saw it happen, and I really feel bad.
I mean, it's why I don't like running Fell Stinger, because I can't hit one to save my life. But we have the bottom objective coming up in 10 seconds, chat. We've got a nice engage coming from Plush Keepers here. Mine just does a ridiculous amount of damage. But Buzzwole in the backline shot. They don't have their Unite move, so they're going to have to use the super power. But it does a huge amount of damage in prison. At least stops them from being able to engage on the Blissey yet again. The damage from Chandelier, though, Mano.
It was a great amount of damage coming in. The thing is, when you have this you and the Italian on one side, the Shandy is just completely outranged, and constantly you see it over and over again. The beam, the snipe shot, into a beam, into another snipe shot. There's no end to it.
Yeah, this is it. The difficulty that they're having is that Talonflame cannot get onto the Inteleon and the Mew. And, you know, we said it in the draft. I love the fact that Plush Keepers felt so confident they can handle that Talonflame that they picked up these two range mons that are really deciding how this game's going to work.
It's also very much a power pick, in my opinion, that can definitely help you in the mental department, right? Because this Talonflame is thinking, why can't I kill these squishies?
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, what am I doing wrong, right? Because they can't get the KOs that they want to be getting, although they get a really nice one on Buzzwole there. Evil Chicken is so weak that it's the Baltoy that takes them back to the Pokemon Center. Wow.
And still, this Inteleon it lived somehow and just killed like 4 casually.
It's level 13.
It's absurd.
I
this
like
was the lane, by the way. Just remember that. This was the laner. He literally stayed out of his jungle for half the game.
Yeah,
he started it and then said, "Yeah, I'm fine now."
100% got that first rotation and was like, right, I'm good now. I've got.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I'm good. No concern. They do get that Lecky 240 until this Rayquaza spawns. They could decide to push this, although I think it's probably best not to do so. Get yourself in a pretty good position for when Rayquaza spawns. There's still a lot of XP that they could grab as well in the meantime.
Oh, the snipe shots is just constantly barraging. It's so painful to watch. You constantly see these tanks just lose half their health.
And this is the thing with Rayquaza, right? Because they're in a pretty good lead of Plush Keepers, right? So all they need to do is get themselves set up so that we can get poke damage coming in from the Inteleon. They don't have enough range over on the side of MeM Ragnarok. You do have the Chandelier, but it doesn't have a fantastic amount of range. The Mamo has dived in, though. They're having to use their Unite move just to keep themselves alive.
A very
at
good
that
Unite
point.
move. Nope.
Very good. A lot of CC coming in there, mate. Here comes the Fly. Every CC Unite
Making up a Inteleon.
Book. Oh my god. And they pick up the Talonflame, though. Really good answer by Plush Keepers there, Mano.
Great answer. But it was still fighting going. Blissey's going in. Buzzwole's very low. Somehow superpowering his way through everything.
Jerax on the Chandelier. They were pushed up against the wall by the MeM, but they managed to get out of there. Storm is just going to protect against this Mew now. Eldegoss in the back line. They want to go for the rip. They need to go for the rip because the Inteleon just spawned. Yeah, the thing is, Marty
can they get this rip before? Like, they're all very low. This could be catastrophic.
Yeah, now the Inteleon Unites here as well.
The man was
they are
about to
too
go down.
weak for it.
They get it.
Oh, mate, that one
Can they
had
catch
me
up?
going. I wasn't sure.
Oh, but don't say anything. This is still a very close game. This could go anyway. We don't know.
I love the fact that they're going back to defend, although they are not in the lead yet. Somebody needs to do something. MeM is down here. The Mew is also here. They're going to need some assistance. The Mew does go down by the egg bomb, and the Mamo is here to handle the MeM. That's a good position to be in, but they need to score more points, Mano. They're not in the lead.
This Shandy is currently the only one with a shield, but we all know this Chandler has like no health. We are in a situation where this game could completely be decided by one single bit of damage. This Shandy is literally just playing Minesweeper, trying to just get in there safely. It might.
Oh no! Oh, the Imprison! The Imprison gets the goal in, Mano!
Absolute crazy eject button, just saying, you know what? I got this.
8 seconds left of this game, chat. Elder Goss has 50 points. They're not going to be able to score. The 22 might be enough to do it, though. But Inteleon cannot do it. The Imprison has won the game for Ragnarok.
Insanity. Insanity, I tell you. What a game.
Mate, that was such a smart move. That little bit of stun is enough for them to take that win. They take the 2-0. Beautiful play coming in from Ragnarok there. Wow. Jerax, the team captain, really showing how that Imprison is such a powerful move.
Absolutely. Also, we get to see Wigglytuff again. 2 games in this series, and I think that's 2 games that I can enjoy fully.
Yeah, they really enjoy the Wigglytuff. I like it. I love the fact that Wigglytuff is getting quite a bit of play here. I think it can offer quite a bit, so I'm a fan of that. But they do have the 2 Eevees over on the side of Ragnarok, so they're going to have a pretty tasty early game, especially if they share the jungle.
The Wiggly, Mew, just basically everything on their team, the level 4, right? The level 4 spike, basically, comes for all of these mons, which means it's going to be super scary if you're playing against it. If you're PK, you're scared. You know, Plush Keepers is terrified. That level 4, that's it.
I love how, like, I don't think they quite timed that right. Evil Chicken's going to have to get this ball toy, but they're going to at least have 2 evolutions coming into lane pretty early, and that's what you want to see. That's where the early game really does stand up. I think it's stored power. It is. Or if they just had the Psybeam there, Mano, that Buzzwall's goodbye.
That is still great to see, though. Pushing out the Buzzwall, forcing it back, means that you have a very easy time as Espeon, because, well, you can keep guiding it now. It has no push on you.
And also what has an easy time is Evil Chicken going onto that Curly, but they did manage to get out of their rolls, getting themselves into the flux zone, meaning they can speed away, but they have kept them under-leveled.
No, that's what you think, but getting that back bunny there means that it's still got Curlia, which means that it can still do its damage.
Huge, mate. Coming into that lane, still getting the level 5. That is tasty. And there's the superpower to lock down the Leafeon. They've lost the pressure in the top lane now, chat. They just need to get the Blissey out of there. The 20 dunk even goes in by the Buzzwall. There comes the rest of it. That was a huge pickup by Buzzwall.
It seemed like a very big miscommunication in my eyes, Ragnarok, because the Aspeon deciding to go back for the second rotation while the Curlia was in lane did kind of force them into this unwinnable fight.
Chicken really wants to get onto the Curlia, but there's just so much there in the meantime. Look at Tank Blissey just absorbing any bit of damage getting thrown their way. A nice beam coming in there from the Mew, but they're still able to lock down all of these mid-birds with that superpower.
We're getting a masterclass in Buzzwall gameplay right now. It's playing tank, it's playing attacker, it's playing all-rounder, it's doing everything. It feels like it.
Bottom lane, we've got 4 down here from MeM Ragnarok. They are feeling pretty comfortable at the moment, but scary with this Curlia coming in. We still see the Swinub yet again. They need to get themselves evolved. Are they going to be able to pick up a KO here to be able to do so? No. In fact, Wigglytuff gets out of there.
Yeah, very good for the Wigglytuff to get out there. That means it has, you know, a secret, another thing.
Are we seeing Mage Pikachu?
That
We are. That makes me happy. I love Mage Pikachu. I think that's a huge shout. I know that like.
I mean, if you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
You could use the Volt Tackle for, you know, the Leafeon, the Espeon, the Mew, that combo does a huge amount of damage, but I just love Mage Pikachu. I think it does a crazy amount of damage in a game.
Absolutely right. But I do think that Mage Pikachu just does way better here because look at the supports that are on that side, right? Do you want to full tackle to that? Don't think you do you?
No, you really
Great
don't.
pickup on the Reggie. And as I say that, Chicken goes for the instant Underworld 2-step on top of the Guardy. Great pickup there. And now they're back to even again.
Yeah, that's a great shout. They've managed to really level out this game right now. We've got 6 minutes left. The score is pretty even across the board. We see Buzzwole going up to that Reggie Lecky. They want to put some pressure onto that, but we also see that Wigglytuff is here to sting, give that little lullaby over to the side of Buzzwole, put them to sleep a little bit, while Evil Chicken just causes nightmares.
Now we're talking about lullabies, but you know, they could definitely put them to sleep by getting a very good Guardian Unite. Because remember, we have hit the point where now not only evolutions have Unites, now also real Pokemon have them.
Real Pokemon do have them, and we're going to see it probably coming out from Buzzwole here. There's the Gardevoir one. Huge pickup on the Wigglytuff there, mate. And they've managed to get onto Evil Chicken, but of course, they're so quick that they've ran out of there. The Blissey Unite saves them from getting KO'd, and Buzzwole goes down, but Pikachu is here to answer in the meantime. They're going to be able to slam down onto the Espeon. That goes in. Not much of an overcap, just a 7 overcap shot, but they've managed to get a nice amount of KOs out of that.
MeM was uniting also. I feel like it was a bit of a why not situation more than it was a I should unite now situation. But you know,
So true.
did finally get MeM was fine. So now we actually have a real tank on the side of Plush Keepers, right?
Yeah, and they needed it. They really did. I mean, we're just under the 5-minute mark, and they finally got the Mamoswine ready and online. They've used that Unite move already, but we have 8 seconds on this bottom Reggie. Let's see what it's going to be. Buzzwole is going to come in for a flank. I think they are aware of it being there. They've noticed it in the jungle, but it is a Reggie rock here, Mano, so they've got some good positioning. Do Plush Keepers right now. They can zone out these as much as they can, but there's no damage coming in on the thing. There's the Gardevoir Unite move. It doesn't do that much damage anymore, unfortunately, but a nice CC. Pikachu trying to back them up with their own Unite move, but they've just gone back to the pad. Now we're getting a rip on the Reggie Rock, but Kuro is so weak on the Mamoswine, they're not going to be able to do any zoning. Who's going to be able to get it? Oh, Wigglytuff nearly did, but Gardevoir gets it.
Aspen with the Unite, could get 2 here. Picks off 2. Still going on Guardy. Guardy is very low, very killable here. He will check him with a huge engage. Picking off 2? No, maybe not yet. Oh, does still get it. Now it's just LD, but I don't think LD's gonna live very long here.
No, I don't think they're going to be able to, but I tell you what, that was an absolute masterclass of how to play Mew.
Absolutely.
Coming in there. I really enjoyed that one.
It was great to watch. Very well played. They somehow, again, I feel like the name of the game has genuinely just been back to the drawing board, because everyone is just constantly back to the start. We have yet to see a moment where one team gets to the lead by getting a Reggie, and the other team just goes back and wins the fight or something. It's just been back and forth consistently. But that's the thing we like to see. We want to see these even games.
Yeah, I mean, the levels are even across the board, realistically. The points are really not that much different either, so it's 100% just back and forth between them on this game, and it's great to see Buzzwole popping out their Unite move to take down the Wigglytuff.
Great catch.
Last chance that they can use it, so why not? We're getting a rip on the Regieleki from probably the 2 months you don't expect to rip, and some zoning coming in from the damage mobs. So, you know, however you want to rotate it. Emerald 2-step onto the Gardevoir, but it doesn't do enough.
Lives and it walks away very casually, really.
It was like a civil agreement, wasn't it? They both dropped their damage and Unite move and was like, okay, we're gonna go our separate ways.
They said, I united you, you unite me. That's good. Pikachu uniting. However, though, we all play against Pikachu. He probably gets that back.
Yeah, 100%, especially with a little bit of farm up that they can go grab themselves. Mamo has gone down, but I like the fact they didn't use their Unite move to try and survive. They just accepted the KO, and they're back into the game now.
Yeah, we've seen that happen before, using a very late Unite move. We don't want to see that again. We gotta learn from our mistakes, right, guys?
Here we go though, chat. It's the last game of the stream today. We have 3 seconds till Rayquaza spawns. The big dragon has arrived. Nobody is realistically set up ready for this, but we have got Plush Keepers here that are now ready for some sort of engage. Buzzwole in the bottom lane though, they've spotted them. They were going to go for something, but they spotted them. Pikachu defending that top goal at the moment, or are they just desperate for that little bit of farm? I think they were.
They did pick it up though. That this means the Unite is now currently up for the Pikachu. And they spotted the Leafeon. That could be very big for them. Oh, Evil Chicken.
So
might be caught out here.
They're going to go down.
Might be caught out here.
They've got as soon as they get the rest of the mage online for Pikachu, oh my god, but now they're being led away from the fight. The fight is happening back at the Rayquaza here, Mano. We've seen the Gardevoir Unite come out and they didn't get anyone. Wigglytuff has united to keep them alive. Oh my god, that means 3 Unite moves have been burnt by the side of Plush Keepers right now.
Mew just has to use Unite to get away. That means that there's no Mew anymore. They can easily start ripping.
They've got the
They are!
step by Evil Chicken though. That's going to be difficult. They need to get rid of that Leafeon because, you know, if you start ripping then the Emerald 2-step comes in. But there we go. Pikachu Unite at the same time. That was perfectly timed. And the Leafeon is now out of this game.
And now the Buzzwole is just being, you know, Buzzwole and just running around, picking things up, just having some fun.
Here we go. I think this is going to be it, chat. They're going to be able to get this. I mean, they're coming in on the Wigglytuff, who's going to finally select it. Plush Keepers managing to lock in the Rayquaza. They can now get some Hundo Dunks in. Look how close this game is with 20 seconds left, Mano. There really is less than 100 points between them. These Hundo Dunks are really, really needed. And it looks like Plush Keepers are finally going to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, fully deserved after what's been happening these couple games, right? You know, especially like the last one, you really think like it was deserved to begin with, and now they finally got what they deserved in game 2.
Wow, I mean, yeah, well done, Plush Keepers. What a way to bring yourself back into it and get yourself a point for the board. Really, really important is that, and yeah, GG's across the board. I tell you what though, MeM Ragnarok really, really was strong in those games.
For sure, a very good showing for Ragnarok. I have to say it. Realistically, that was definitely a great game for both sides. But in the end, Plush Keepers was the better team, so they took it.
I tell you what, mate, it's just. Really strong from both. I love the fact that we have these teams in this league because they're really showcasing how strong they can be and they're really managing to practice quite a lot with it. So, yeah, look at that 101k damage coming in from the Gardevoir. Wow, you really showed up there, Ozzy. Really showed up.
A great game for the Gardevoir for sure. But it's like it wasn't the only thing that was happening. There was just so many things together, like the team play that was happening on both sides to make these fights so equal. I mean, it was just great to watch. You know, you think, oh, we lost Reggie, but they didn't lose like any sort of confidence from that, and they just kept fighting. Then win the fight. Reggie is gone, right? Stuff like that. It was just great to watch. Even the Ray fight, it went back and forth. It could have gone either way. It was just a great game to watch.
Yeah, it really was. Fantastic. Guys, it has been a really good week 3. Really good games. I've really enjoyed doing it. Thank you, Mano, for being here to cast alongside me. It's been a blast. So that is going to be the result of the first stream day of week 3. We have more tomorrow for you. We have just, let's have a look. We've got Misfits against Blazing Phoenix. Blazing Phoenix are going to want to have a good game because they went up against Intergovernmentalizations previously, and obviously that was really tough for them. But Misfits, for them to handle. Team Int and Oblivion Gaming are also going to be here tomorrow. So some really strong games. I think
that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to go straight down to the wire, both of those ones. So we'll see that. But what we're going to do is we're going to raid out over to DrakeU at the moment because he's currently hosting another Pokemon Unite tournament. They're currently doing the Luminosity Gaming and Thieves presented tournament of Galactic Gambit. So we're going to head over there so that you can go get involved in that action. More Pokemon Unite is a good thing. That's what we want everybody to be able to enjoy. But thank you so much for being here and watching with us. We love you lots. We'll be live again tomorrow. Catch you later.